Welcome to Life and Career. This is a new episode, and today I'm very happy because I'm with Sanjana. But before jumping on our conversation, please subscribe, follow us on LinkedIn, Spotify, so you can get a lot of updates on corporate tax, transfer pricing, Pillar 2. All the time we're sharing very valuable information. So, back again to Life and Career, where we are interviewing and sharing conversations with the people that they work with us today. Sanjana, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Eduardo, for having me, and this is an amazing opportunity, and I'm very happy to be here.
Great. Sanjana, tell us about yourself. How did you arrive to Andersen?
Sure. So, firstly, my name is Sanjana Gulwaney, and I'm born and brought up in Dubai. And I've been a student at the University of Wollongong in Dubai, where I've done my Bachelor of Business, and I have specialized in finance. I've also taken up marketing and business analytics courses. About Andersen, so basically, Andersen came to my university's career fair back in January, and they had openings for tax. I did give in my CV at that point of time, but I told them that tax is something that's not for me. So if you have any openings in the financial field or in corporate finance, then I would be more than happy to do it. And a few months later, when I was nearing my graduation, that's when I got an email from the HR saying that there is an opening in the deals advisory department, and we need like a corporate finance intern. So if I would be interested. And like I said, I was more than happy to do it. And then I went through the entire interview process, and here I am.
That's amazing. You know, like a very good summarize of your journey. And I remember, you know, back in college, I was always like thinking, like, what is going to happen next? What happened to you, like, before even jumping to Andersen? In what stage you were in your life? When was that moment that you decided to say, like, okay, this is the moment I have to basically to go and find something in the world of work?
So I was in my final year at university. It was my final semester. Everyone was confused what to do next, what's up next. We were thinking about what do we want to do, where do we want to do. We were applying to multiple places for multiple job opportunities, because everything is an opportunity to learn, and everyone wanted to, head start into this corporate world. So I was one of them, and I was actively looking for opportunities where I could learn, I could grow both professionally and personally as well. And when I got a call from Andersen regarding the internship, which was in my field, and it was actually, I was one of the first interns to be placed here for this internship, for this department particularly. So that was another special feeling for me. And that's how I started. I wanted to head start into this corporate life. I wanted to experience how it feels like, this 9 to 6 adult life, because now I wouldn't be a student anymore, and things were going to be different. So I was very excited. I was very happy to be experiencing this new chapter of my life and experience adulting to its fullest. So yeah, this is how it's been.
And compare, for example, with the version of yourself in the very first days and right now, how much have you learned at Andersen?
So at very first, because like I said, I was one of the first interns in this department. I'm the only intern right now in the department. We're just in this process of expanding our department. So the other interns, the other professionals, the other seniors were from different departments. So for me, I was there, and for me everything was new. At first, like on my first day, everything was new. Everyone was from a different field, from a different background. So gradually and eventually, I think it's very important that we network with new people. We network with our seniors. It's so much to learn from them, so much to understand, so much to gain an insight on when we talk to people from different backgrounds, and we gain different perspectives. So this is what I did. So I networked with everyone in the office, and I think a simple good morning in the morning also with a smile on your face, that also helps a lot. So I think that's how it's been initially. And then I made a lot of friends here. I made a lot of connections here. And I got to learn about what people are doing from different departments, what I can do differently, and how everyone, because I had interns my age as well, so how everyone's dealing with this new corporate life that we have just jumped onto. So it's been great, yeah.
And regarding the tasks that you have, can you share with that young people that are today, right now, studying finance, and they want to know, like, okay, but in the university, in lectures, they tell me this. No, they give me that information, and sometimes you find yourself kind of lost. No, like, okay, I know a lot of theory, but then what happens in the real life? So can you share with us? Can you share with the people that they are watching? What are those specific tasks that you are working on right now?
Yeah, sure. So basically, this is what I believe in as well. I completely agree with you that whatever we learn in university or we learn in classrooms and what we do hands-on, like our hands-on experiences, our practical knowledge, the real world knowledge is completely different. So this is why I also said yes to this internship, because I wanted to know what I've studied so far in my 3 years, what projects I have done, because I've done projects in portfolio analysis, I've done projects for financial researches, for diversification of your portfolios. And then when I came here at Andersen, I had the skill set that I had to use for the real world projects were same, but the work was very different. So I worked on financial analysis, I worked on data interpretation, I also helped in creating presentations and reports, professional reports for our clients, and there's this amazing project that we're working on right now, which is an information memorandum for a company. And I've also done meetings with different industry professionals, so from different industries, whether it's like booming industries that are coming up like EV chargers, or like something back end which is like mining, or something booming again which is e-commerce or financial services. So these things, it's something that gives you like real world knowledge. What is the market like currently? What additions can you have in the market? What's coming up? What's not going right? So I think that's something that's different when you enter the real world. But in university, it's more of theory. It's more of like what the research papers say, what do your professors say, what do the lecture slides say. It's more of that thing. So I think transitioning into real world will help students understand that whatever they're studying, how can they actually apply it to the practical world. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, and that's why we have an agreement, and we are very happy that we have this agreement with the University of Wollongong here in Dubai, because I mean, yes, you are a very talented person, and you are giving a lot to Andersen. And yes, for us as companies, building this bridge with the academic world, it's extremely important in order to basically to know what type of talent we can basically keep in the future, no? So okay, and going on the side of the soft skills, no? Hard skills, yes, it's about the accuracy that you may have on your knowledge on maths. But for example, can you share to the people also like these soft skills pretty much needed in order to be a successful professional? For example, time management can be one. The second one, assertive communication. What other type of or which soft skills do you think you have been working on or you have learned here at Andersen?
So like I completely agree with what you're saying. Communication, I think, is number one. Communication, whether it's with your team, whether it's with the clients, whether it's with your friends from different departments, whether it's with other interns or with the seniors from other departments. I think communication is one of the topmost things that stands out when we speak about soft skills. So I think effective communication is number one. Number two, I think, is teamwork, because and accountability. So teamwork and accountability is number two, because I think it's very important that when you are assigned something with your team, you have the attitude of, yes, we are in this together, like we got this and we will get it done in the best way possible. So I think that is something that's very important. And also understanding that if you make mistakes, if you make an error between doing something, or there's a clash of opinion for something, you understand that you're accountable for the mistakes. You do not run away from saying like, this is not something that I did, this is a team effort, so it's something that we did, there's no I or you in it. So I think that's another soft skill that's very important, and that's something I developed as well, and I strongly believe in it as well. So I think those two soft skills are important. And I think another one more important thing is leadership. So taking hands-on leadership opportunities when you're working. So just because you're, like, for me at least, just because the name says intern doesn't mean that you're limited to a few things. You are more than that. And
that's amazing.
You will be like, this is for your own personal and professional growth. So I think when we as interns, for other students who want to intern as well, or this is the first step to the corporate world, I think don't consider yourself like an intern. You are more than that. And take on those hands-on opportunities, lead on projects, lead on your work, and share your opinions, make mistakes, ask questions. I think that's very important as well.
Yeah, also, I would say that mindset. The mindset that you have towards whatever, if it's, highs and lows on your life, I think that's extremely important to cope with everything, no? I also agree with you totally that failure is part of process, and it's natural, it's normal. So I have, this is like a very interesting thing. I brought three cards. I'm not gonna show because I'm gonna make like a. They should pay like for the sponsorship, but I have three questions that we will continue in the second part of our podcast. Are you ready?
We are.
Of course. Okay. See you in the part number 2.